This is Cameron Palmer with the CVC Spotlight presented by Michael DeLazo & Co., CPAs and Business Advisors. For more information, you can contact them at cpaneeds.com for all your accounting needs. I am joined by Jefferson Falcons now senior Tatum Bordeaux, who recently committed to Wartburg University. Tatum, first off, congratulations. Just kind of give us a rundown on how things went and how awesome is it to kind of get that out of the way before your senior season starts.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really excited to have made my commitment before the season. Just kind of getting that stress out of the way has been, I think, is going to be like really impactful to me. So I won't have to worry about, communicating with coaches. And it's just nice to know where I'm going to go and just I have everything set up. So I'm really happy.
You mentioned communicating with coaches. How did that whole process kind of go down for you? Like communicating with multiple coaches, and how did that kind of go? And what kind of led you to make the decision to commit to Wartburg?
Yeah, so the process was definitely interesting for me. I'm the oldest. I don't have any siblings that went to college, so this whole thing was kind of like a new experience, and none of my parents haven't played in college, so it was definitely a learning curve. I had a really great recruiter that helped me on my Twitter and everything, and it's just been like a learning curve, just figuring out how everything works. I came across Wartburg and I did my visit and I just loved everything about it and it just clicked for me and I'm so excited. It was perfect.
What do you think kind of made things click, and what made this the right fit for you to continue your athletic career and your academic careers?
I think just the people really. I feel like being further away from home, it was going to be a big deal for me to have people that I knew were going to be on my side and always supportive of me and just making sure I was going to be taken care of. They have a really great basketball program and I just really think that I would fit in nice there and yeah, just the coaches were amazing. I had a great time on my visits. I actually did a second visit recently, and as soon as I was driving home on my way back, I called coach and I told him I'd love to go there. It was the perfect fit.
Well, that's awesome, and the college recruiting process can be a very stressful thing. It seems you handled it well, and you're maybe still working through it. Obviously, nothing is easy when it comes to sports. But I want
Mhm.
to kind of take a step back and go to your junior year, a really great year, 10 points per game, 6 assists, and also 5 rebounds, 2 steals a game. Like you did a little bit of everything on the court for a Jefferson team that really competed. Uh, for the CVC Lake title, it was a really tough conference to win. Honestly, Jefferson finished fifth, but it was really a 5 team race, from first conference game all the way until the last one. And it was fun to cover some of the games and just to see how things were shaking out. How much is that level of competition going to help you kind of transfer that over to the next level? Obviously, still another year to go, but how much is that kind of help you learn about yourself and the things that you can do on a basketball court? As how is it going to help you grow for the next step in your journey with college?
Yeah, I think that it's a really competitive league. I feel like I've played against really talented players, and that's just gonna help propel me for this next step. I think it's gonna be an adjustment, but I really don't think it will be too big of a step. Yeah, the competition level is, definitely a step up. I think last year we really competed, and I think this year we're definitely gonna, surprise some people. Yeah.
Do you think that kind of having that college commitment to your name, is that gonna kind of maybe elevate what you're gonna do on the court? Is it gonna add maybe any pressure, or does it kind of maybe take some of the pressure off so you can just focus on going out there and winning as many games as possible and possibly making a playoff push? I know it's a long ways away, but you can always be thinking about it.
I think honestly, I think it will be different, but I also think it will just kind of be like me playing, just regularly. I feel like having that commitment kind of solidifies in my mind, like you can do this, you're talented, right? Like I feel like I've always been hard on myself with just like not performing up to like a certain level. So just having this commitment and having, talked to so many coaches over the spring, over the summer, they tell you, I like this about your game, you need to work on this. So I think having that knowledge is definitely going to help me this season. But I also think, you can't let that stuff like get into your head. I think it's good to have confidence, but to remember not to be cocky about it. Yeah, this has been a great experience for me, and I've just learned so much.
You also play AAU basketball, which is something that also really helps in the in the recruiting process. Going to the big showcases where a lot of scouts
Mhm.
can be, just maybe just like the audience in general, and maybe anybody who kind of needs some help with the college recruiting process. Any tips of like the AAU and how it helps, and how much did it benefit you, and does it also help improve your game? Obviously, you're going to face really great competition that can also help transpire to not only school season but also what is to come.
Yeah, I think going to bigger competitions. We went to the Cincinnati. I'm not sure what it's called, the Cincinnati Clash, and Run for the Roses in Kentucky. There's definitely a lot. It's like an exposure event. There's a lot of coaches there. I think having a bigger audience and having eyes on you, you have to remember to, do all the right things, be a good teammate, play your best. For people that want help with recruiting, I think it's important to go to those events and, play for a good AAU organization has definitely benefited me. I played for SMAC. They have a great program. Just getting out there and playing against like really good competition is what's gonna kind of propel you and level you up. Just getting you seen and then also having like social media to promote yourself also really helps get you exposure. So yeah.
Well, I like to do my part and help all the athletes get exposed on social media. I know I was a big part of
Mhm.
helping you get exposure, and I'm happy that in a way it kind of came to fruition.
Mhm.
And it's a really great thing to see, for all athletes, wherever they are. How does having that college commitment maybe kind of change how you approach this season? Especially with the teammates, lost a couple of seniors last year, some girls who played really key roles for you guys. How are you gonna maybe take that leadership role as a senior, and help some of the other girls who might be getting their first varsity reps, or the ones who are maybe kind of in that mid tier of like JV and varsity? How much does having that, how much is that college, that just, I don't want to word this, that college commitment type thing, like help you be maybe a better teammate at, and you know get some of these other girls ready to go when the time comes?
Yeah, so I was recruited as a point guard throughout my college recruitment. So a lot of coaches have told me you have to be a leader when you're a point guard. You have to do the most talking. You have to take people under your wing, even coming in as a freshman. Like you have to be vocal. So I think that's something I'll definitely have to, apply to my senior year this year. We have a lot of talented freshmen coming up. We have, a couple girls in our sophomore and junior class that are going to have to be impact players coming in. They're not going to have a lot of time to sit around and watch. They're gonna have to just kind of jump right into it. And I think it definitely will be part of my job to take them under my wing and just kind of be there for them because everyone's gonna make mistakes. The start of the season is always a learning curve. You always have to adjust. So I think just being there for them, you're gonna have to learn as it goes. And I think just like having that commitment down has me feeling more confident. And I've learned so much like through this whole process. So I'm really grateful for that.
Through 3 years of high school, just to kind of like touch on what is to come for your senior year, throughout 3 years of playing high school basketball, and some years at the varsity level, what have you really learned about yourself, and maybe the game of basketball in itself as its own thing, and how are you going to apply that to senior year, and then freshman year again, next winter?
Right. Yeah. Um, I think I'm definitely just gonna have to, I feel like the confidence thing has always been an issue for me. I just get negative on myself sometimes when I'm not performing up to a certain standard. I put a lot of pressure on myself. So I think, over AAU this past spring and summer, I've been working on that. So I think really, going into my senior year, that's going to be something that I'm going to focus on. And then, yeah, my freshman year next winter, that's definitely going to be something that I'm going to work to apply.
Are there any like really big goals? I mean, obviously, I'm sure the college thing was a big goal, but are there any other like bigger goals, like winning the conference, or setting some personal best maybe on the stat sheet, or taking that next step as a leader and things like of that nature? What are some of the goals that we can expect to see you chase, throughout these next 22 games and so on?
Um, Coach Hannah has taken over as the varsity head coach, and he's been, working with us in the summer when we can get to it, and then the preseason. We have made it a goal to win the conference. He wants to get the plaques that we have up on our wall. He wants to set some records for sure. He has a lot planned for us. I'm really excited. I think we can do a lot, and I think we'll surprise a lot of people this year. And then personally, I just want to make my senior year the best year yet for me. I don't have, specific goals like record wise, but just making this the best it can, like aside from the statistics, just just improving upon what I've set as an expectation for myself within the past 3 years. I want to break out of kind of what I've set myself up as. I feel like the past few years I've been a shooter, like catch and shoot shooter, little bit of a point guard. I definitely want to break out of that. I think I'm gonna, set it as a goal for myself to drive and attack more and just kind of score at all three levels this year. So yeah, that's definitely a goal that I've set for myself, and I'm excited for this season as our team for a whole. I think we'll be doing a lot this year.
Well, you've set some pretty high standards, and it sounds like Coach Brandon Hanna, who's working with the football team, well, not so much anymore as the regular season has come to an end, but it sounds like he's excited to take the reins, and I'm excited to see what the Jefferson Falcons have in store to improve off a 10-13 record and a fifth place finish in the conference, which again, I think says more about how good the conference is because
Mhm.
Jefferson was really great last year. You were a key part of it, and there were a bunch of other girls in there who were in the mix who were
Mhm.
a really big part of the success last season. So Tatum, I want to thank you so much again for taking some time out of your week and sitting down to talk about this process and also kind of senior season ahead. Obviously, it's officially winter sports time as of I believe Friday. So thank you so much. Congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you on the court this year.
Thank you so much.
This episode of CVC Spotlight was presented by Michael Dolezal and Company, CPAs and Business Advisors. Call 216-485-2028 or visit cpaneeds.com to learn more about what Dolezal and Company can do for you.